Hi everyone, I'm Anu, this is Filtrit, and welcome for today's episode. Today I'd like to talk about the ultimate life hack of Finnish people called Niksi-Pirkka. And that's actually a column in a magazine originally. So it has existed, I think, since the 70s. And it is published in this magazine called Pirkka, which is a customer loyalty magazine for certain shops, so K shops, K Group, K Market. And the interesting thing about Niksi-Pirkka is that it has entered the Finnish vocabulary as something that actually means things that are either ingenious or blatantly obvious or just simply daft. So how this came to be, Finns seem to be quite keen to use sort of everyday resourcefulness to solve practical problems. So nothing seems to be more appealing to Finns than the ability to solve problems for free. So when you can use products and items and ingredients, things that you already have at home and come up with new repurposed ways of using them. And firstly, if I go back to this name of the magazine, so Pirkka is a Finnish name. It's a male name, but it's not popular at all. So it has existed for a while, but there's only a few hundred people named Pirkka in Finland, and it is possible that it's because it's so famously the name of this magazine and name of this life hack column. And Niksi in turn means a life hack or a tip or an idea to do something better. So Niksi-Pirkka as a column, like I mentioned, it has existed since the 1970s, and people can send any kind of a life hack that they come up with. So it can be something you think that it's revolutionary, or something that you think it's just a simple thing to make something easier at home. And there's no pre-set categories, so it can relate to anything really, but most of them relate to the home and household chores, how to make life easier at the home. Today, Niksi-Pirkka is also online, so it's on this Pirkka magazine website, and the online site contains more than 56,000 life hacks, which, like I mentioned already, they range from quite clever to just absolutely silly, or something that's something you've done every day anyway, so you just never realize that it's somebody's life hack. And one of the most used items for these life hacks is pantyhose. So Finns have invented thousands new ways to use pantyhose in ways that are not the just pull up and wear them, but use them for something else, like cleaning, some kind of a cooking aid. Usually it relates to cleaning, so everything in life can be cleaned with pantyhose. And I think that this whole Niksi-Pirkka ethos really relates to this wider concept or wider worldview of everyday resourcefulness and solving practical problems in the cheapest or most affordable ways. And Finns are quite happy to invent or repurpose or recycle things to make something new, so that they don't have to spend money to come up with new solutions. And Finns actually quite like, for example, making gifts. So things that are not store-bought are actually quite appreciated. Niksi-Pirkka actually is in the vocabulary of Finns these days, and it can mean anything that's ingenious or silly or just everyday obvious. So if somebody tells you that, oh, you should send that to Niksi-Pirkka, you don't actually know that whether they mean that it's brilliant, or whether they mean that, did you not know this before, or that the idea is just daft. So you have to figure out based on the expression maybe. And I think interesting other phrases that relate to this same worldview of everyday resourcefulness are, for example, tein ite ja säästin, meaning I made it myself and I saved money. And this is a phrase that people use only to describe things that they know that are not up to scratch, but still somehow make do or are okay. So people sort of use self-irony to express that, yes, I know that this thing is horrible, but it still works, or it's still fit for purpose, at least for now. So it's not really to brag, it's about recognizing that this thing that I made the effort and it's good enough. So good enough. And other phrase that comes to mind, similar idea, is ei mennyt niin kuin Strömsössä. It didn't go as in Strömsö. And this comes from a TV program, a lifestyle program, where beautiful people make beautiful things in beautiful settings. And everything they ever make, so they craft and cook and garden and make art, and everything they ever do and make is just absolutely beautiful and perfect. Whereas in real life, what real people normally do and make and craft is hardly ever perfect. So when people say that it didn't go like in Strömsö, they again recognize that this thing just completely failed. But I still gave it my best try, and I had a go. I'm trying to use my skills and resources. And I think it's an interesting ethos of people sort of acknowledging that it's always better to try and always better to give it a go and use what you have, use your resources, use your skills, try and keep up these traditional skills of handcrafting or maybe cooking, traditional food preparation things, even if it can fail spectacularly and other people may laugh at you, but you could laugh at yourself as well. So everybody has fun. So it's actually quite it might sound pessimistic, but it's actually, I think, quite lovely worldview. Nyt katkesi ajatus, tässä oli joku pointti.